Kot maluenyo ikum chamchana itini chiangwen ogonyo minista matiri pila kum karamoja man Agnes Nandutu Kibuch Mary Mani Luzira man kimapol tipiri tini lokangi mochu inki Wan Luo Television ania sande AKUMU ento kongwanen matipiri wiye madiro. Lotela mai lao golego nikinen kiwang matut koloko mkwedo dana mai guho kuch pa abembem. Kot maluenyo ikom chamchana ikampala oti ogonyo minista matiri pikaramoja Agnes Nandutu Kibuch Mary Mani. Kadong food bene ilorange mojuin lutela mai gulugutele matek pilokom wipe moakibut MP Pamon. Afoyorini iwa otiano matin anya sandi AKUMU kitma wajikwe lorange mojuin Wan Luo Television bero chawario mo otiano enino duju tin changwen nilduangwen bename jemia beach mwa aliberke piero wadek kombeti dengwa chaki ki ka bero mati ilao kamotela makono kulegani kamento keneno matuti komyero deme belo gwak bero palo dire madam lokmano akibot retired kano Tony Otoa yano berka lokono ngewinyo pekwana pa retired kano la wore man Okelo Charles Ingola mayadugo moto itiario tina gwakwe bela menga moto dan ki chanja mati Kampala petian lang mafut pia kenyang niyo wechawa man otiki report mapole kumlokman kiboto tela mapole may Lanza Bridgon kibot Hudson Apunyo. Retired kano Tony Otoa milatela meka kailao oane ratitual ni kano Okelo Ingola myo la gwakwe bel meka yo gwakwana ni ayenda ke gumarach uchelo en.
Retired Colonel Charles Okelo Ingola. It's painful to everybody who knew him. And it is regrettable that he should have died in that fashion. Very violent and in the hands of the person who is supposed to have protected him. But there is a but to it. I think we should be very selective in making appointment of bodyguards a very critical issue in terms of their health, their minds, and their behavior.
Kano toa berkaloko ni kumkwana moka tichi areyo di kometo pa kano retired Okelo Ingola malagwakpe bermameke manye Wilson Sabiti ayo chelo en.
This is of advanced countries. It is very difficult to identify a bodyguard within the crowd. But here in Uganda you can see a bodyguard with a very huge AK-7. And in uniform, noticeable if somebody has got a threat to his life. That would be very dangerous to take this type of person to guard a VIP.
Tela mukene meke kwa rola bengulo kamateke komto pa retired kano Charles Okelo Ingola majudugo mauto yoma lanyim.
Aslan, we are so saddened for the death or for the loss of this great man. Charles Okelo Ingola served Uganda, Lango, and the people of Uyam wholeheartedly. I know him personally, for we come from the same place. After his education, he went and joined the army, where he served. And during his service in the Uganda army, that is UPDF, Okelo helped the people of Uyam so much during the time of insurgency. And he was deployed in Opit. But in Lango sub-region, part of Uyam, where people already had left their home, people including center, and people could not eat, could not cook at their home, Okelo did his best with his team, as he was the commander, and he fought and chased away those people who were disturbing people at home there.
Death information was received in Lao with a profound shock. As Lao traditional leaders, we have a very clear message to send to the government of Uganda that the soldier who shot the minister dead should be investigated to the dot, such that we can identify without any biasness what could have motivated this soldier to kill the old government minister, our elder-in-law, a hero who has been known here for all and very many good things.
Ekare mauno food ko eno berkachwako man lielio kele ngola oberkachwako muze Yosam Odu bill dak bene omiono kongbon maka wongan matipiem gen ki Yosam Odu man Moses Michael Odon Okone.
Yokere kinyore ameni roba chokita now law yekere. Tell me your
Yo can't you me to pay Lord man dan we kwere yemen man way mina kulo Lord network mina kulo Achaba sub county Nyini kombola Achaba
like my you better if you mean you will get them off of the China and look for a bad shower. How would you do? I have to look at you. A bear, you eh? What would a bear? What would a bear?
Ilorange mo chuin makikwere I Wan Luo Television Hadsona Punyo Ilira. Ot maluenyo ikom jamjan makobero piny ikorolo Kampala iche ang'wen tin gogonyo wako minista matiri pila kom Karamoja Agnes Nandutu ko obeno nyim kote chiade kawinyo pia gony mebele ma anake diro ni anmengo lo bero tini ake miya bote na gony mebele ni okono kadako bodui kote ni lomo kene ke miya bote na gony mebele mane welme chilling milion na pa makom chenda kikome ikom jomo chung bote ngati chelo bero ki welme chilling milion piara beach peke mi makom chente inyim court man en ki magamulukula kombare me Karamoja mgaweno gama potbati ali bario mamior ke pok bodana mgiti deno chan maliti Karamoja sub region kama pero maditm but mano ake office of prime minister ikin ni kony mokene wakil report mapoli kom lokman kan kilo nge mo chuin.
Court madid mi anti-corruption court upong wi waro kamaluak mapat to bino kamunyu adot makirero ikum honorable minister Agnes Nandutu. Minister Matiri Maloy Lok May Karamoja sub-region.
Applicant, who is a member of parliament representing Bududa district and a minister of state for Karamoja affairs, is charged with dealing with suspect property contrary to section 21A1 of the Anti-Corruption Act 209 as amended. It is alleged that between the months of June and July 2022, at the office of the Prime Minister's stores in Namave and in Kola Cell, Buluwanyi Parish, Mukono Municipality in Mukono District, she dealt with government property, to which 2,000 pre-painted iron sheets of gauge 28 marked office of the Prime Minister by receiving and holding the said iron sheets, which he had reason to believe were acquired as a result of the loss of public property.
Kimaro kakichualo en iriman dinindo par mangwen midumangwen mwagaliwario kipirario wiadek kama eno beriye ilozera maximum prison odugi court la wo nindwa dek miduma beach mwagaliwario kipirario wiadek lok me mwenye lokke powar mabet twal kama dak dwako en chen ilozera prison.
Prayer for the release of the applicant on bail was then made. The application was opposed on grounds contained in the affidavit in reply to the motion, deponed by Detective ASP Ayebari Emmanuel Benon of CID headquarters. They are as follows. She refused or declined to answer police summons. She abandoned her home, switched off all her phones in a bid to evade arrest. That this necessitated a public announcement by the police spokesperson who declared her a wanted person. And it was submitted that this conduct of the applicant has demonstrated in the averments in the affidavit prove that she is very likely to abscond when released on bail.
Ingengiyo ko file mabe kimoni.
Innocence and the true meaning of the presumption of innocence as regards bail is that an accused person need not suffer incarceration unreasonably as he or she is not yet a convict. It is straight law that the court has the discretion whether to grant or not grant bail, but that this discretion ought to be exercised judiciously. This exercise requires a value judgment by the court on whether, in the circumstances of a given case and considering all the factors laid before the court, the applicant would be likely to return for trial if released on bail.
Agnes Nandoto kilojomo chwenya dek michung ire.
In the suitability of a surety, the court is enjoined to consider the age of the surety, their work and residence, their character and antecedents, their relationship with the applicant, and any other factors that the court may deem fit. Rule 14 of the Constitutional Bail Guidelines for Courts of Judicature Practice Directions refer. Further, Rule 7 of the High Court Anti-Corruption Division Case Management Rules 2021 provide that the court shall, before considering any person to stand as surety for an accused person, determine that the person has the capacity to A, influence and compel the accused person to attend trial, and B, to meet the terms of the bond. 3 sureties were presented to court. The first surety was Nangoli Edward, MP for Elgon North. His national ID, work ID, and letter of introduction from his area chairperson were tendered in court. He is the chairperson of the Bugisu Parliamentary Group, where the applicant is said to be a member. He was also said to be a long-term friend of the applicant even before their election to Parliament. The second surety was Nandalam Nathan Mafavi, MP for Budadiri County West, Sironko, and chairperson of Bugisu Cooperative Union, former leader of opposition. His work ID, national ID, passport, financial card, and bank statements were deposited with the court. A letter of introduction from the chairperson of the area where he resides was also submitted.
Malupe kiruku chapa court korea dani nen chalo kes mamegani kiromachung ire wek enokati ubin mavuj mawago.
That the appearance of the applicant in this case can be secured by imposing stringent terms, and that the factors in this case lean more towards a grant of bail than a denial of bail. For the above reasons, this court is inclined to believe that the applicant is not a flight risk, and I therefore proceed to grant the applicant bail on the following terms. 1, a cash bail of 10 million shillings by the applicant. 2, each of the sureties is to pay a non-cash bond of 50 million shillings. 3, certificates of title for land comprised in Chagwe plot, block 113, plot 1649 at Nantabulirwa, and Chagwe block 113, plot 1650, also at Nantabulirwa, registered in the applicant's names, shall be deposited with the Deputy Registrar of this court as extra security.
Agnes Nandutu uluboko goreti kitutu gene honorable lugolobi makimaogi pilok mapatpat malupe kitij marach pibari paluak manumir kichwal kara moja kwed matut fotika meta nyim kirika ministers magukaro kiti mavuj mawago kunno kibeneno kid malokman kitiro kwede pilok ANGEYA mochwenyi Wan Luo TV Pat Robert Larube.
Tele magwa oloyo berutie kendo tela magiti gulu city la komwi pemon giket man kalbat mamia giket do aki office pa MP pamon mai gulu city man kono bini ngat mochung pi office pa kao bet ka kala komwi peman ikom kwen kamero tirando ngla chenge kwe lokman ni karma santa odwa matie clerk to council me gulu district ogoichi mekelo nyang matut okay report man matut kibot Ismail Jacob Jones.
Tele kiruju matek tutale loy berutie nyim gere madiet pagamenta mete der me gulu district icheng adek ikarma ngat machung pilame me parliament me gulu district Sharon Balmoy okele wipem ma en ochero penyum kibot jangamente maneno lokum tich kigudi bot do tela me gulu district man obine yunge ngat ma ochung pikao ikarme gamo mich man uberu kala matek tutan ni wipem menum oberum wipem mag jamenta mete der me gulu district o choy warga me penyune ikara ma okara ngeny.
So they have already reached
A long time last year.
so now let us not talk about the district consignment. There is nothing more coming.
Let's talk about
This was now the consignment is supposed to be picked by the district, requested for by the district, has already arrived. We are correct?
No, it's
One
not like
part
that.
of this one, it is
You
the component
see,
of this one here.
when Honorable pick, according to calculation, they would not make the desired lines. So when I complained to the ministry, to PS, he said, okay, we are adding for you what can make the lines you want only. That is what I brought.
So
Man uter karamanam ke John Bosco Kenyera matila lopko engineer Megulu district metieto ke Santa Udua matie clerk to council Megulu district dok enaye uchung pikao inero menum.
I tried doing my calculation and complained that those pieces were not enough. They will not make the required line. Then they say, okay, we are going to give for you the difference to make the lines. Because if you consider 30 meters of 600, if we are, because for them they were saying per line should be 7 pieces. So what we did was, I complained. This cannot make the meters they are telling us. Then they added for me the difference. Say the rest were already picked. It is true, the minister gave canvas to Honorable Sharon.
Ento Christopher Onen matila konko na me parliament madaro Megulu district Honorable Lake Sharon Balmoy wajo kikao ni la me parliament man uchoyo openyo pi wipe man bot ministry manero lokum tich kigen what imaka mokati
Waro ake Kampala kelo Calvert pieces mia chen ma en lero bo request ko office pa minister works because you down the district so ero wajo ni ma ambien yana tik commitment ambien kel ana ane ngoba king district ikaresto kirmatia nyara pera
unden ekarme mio michman bodlo dir Megulu district inyim gere madiet Megulu district wajo ni wipe man kikelu pianne yo mapol chima mer aroja dakben wipem tika miete iye igulu district
ma engineer ulaka waja kere district nan tialo bana ko choy warga ma wan office pa MP wan ko ngeo but wan choy warga kurugen engineer district ulaka ka chen den bisam ma wan chwalo warga anoni chimmego honorable location on balmoy following request ma ano chwalo port minister ano wa tin kalba ka ngeng mo gwak tie ki kita ana wajo bot kaw umiero gem bana uluk ko warga ke magen go chwalo bot minister ichamo kene no consignment no make it paka
ikarma Wan Luo TV openyo Sharon Lake Balmoy en wajo ki Wan Luo TV ni penyo pi wipe maromo gen mia chet makaki kubuge weng ber wipem gen piera pich ni mier ke meke aduol mamegem piloka ngemu chwiny pi Wan Luo TV Igulu district and Ismail Jacob Jones.
Elogang'eyo makatika mapat kilobo Uganda anyuel Nigeria mapol makobero kono wigu lore lobo Sudan kama lwenye porie matek dwe 400 mwaka mane dongo tioko o chen pajo gober ke mchin me o kone lo mamenye lor wigene lobo Sudan kama lwenye tie mateke watie bene ke report man matut pe inkany. Dul meya jela ba anyuel Nigeria mano wigu lore I Sudan gujok o ya buja ichi andek nien mapol ingete melwi kaber malweny ono poria turanim malup kilok proloch me Nigeria anyuel gi magiti kunu chokaro alibadek mia beach kulu ento omerkinen kit melaro kwa mamekim biek paloloch ma Nigeria benetieni anyuali lobo mekimati Sudan karugin aliba beach kulu polgi tielutino kwan. Dege me Nigeria makiluni Air Peace o kono ikiboma dit me Abuja opie ken kachawa abikide kera perwen mo tieno kidano miere pierbichil magiti deke man wengo akilobo Sudan. Dan mapol gujolo kono wigi kiyom chuny matek meno dan ge modugo pajo kikaberu malweny oreko no ye wiki. Lweny ma Sudan done o dan makarkin mia beach piara beach kabeno dago alib mapol dago beno wega anyuel mapol mawakati awaki kuno kiben lutich padul makitie iruom mewilobo.
I don't want my enemies to experience what we saw, not to talk of our loved ones. Lay down at our own homes. We have to lay down at the ground. We can't even sit down because the noise, even the noise, is very bad to hear, except to see it by your own true eyes.
I've never experienced this kind of situation, and it is in period of Ramadan. We are fasting, no food, no water, and there is gunshot across. I witnessed with my eyes the gunshot across our room.
2 batches are coming in, one by the Nigerian Air Force, about 90 of the Nigerian Air Force, but estimate of everybody on flight is about 350, so 90 on C-130, and the remaining on Air Peace.
Uyati kondwe matie kibacha para deko akono ki Khartoum ichi angwen metiere Egypt kaben moken mapol guchi alo mokene maubero mameke. Kit mawoti kwere bach matike convoy man gen Pierre Rio go a metiere Egypt and go war kon ki Port Sudan kaberu matiteng Red Sea matibo pingme kilomita 100 bichel Pierre Beria Beach Niake Khartoum. Lwen mage otuge la rakaraka lobo Sudan inda para beach medwe 400 mwagaman ikar madok wato balo wakila tela man Abdel Fattah al-Burhan matikon kadorwi mun pagamente kidong la koinko en mo loko dogla mon mameke man Muhammad Hamdan Daglo maintika telo widul me Rapid Support Forces unyo RSF. Gendiru kujoko kono gwene kimach dakumoko ye katima megi pineno adek man wang chawa Pierre Beria weke mikar kidano wake lobo kuno atirane kitme miyo bene kony kidano wikulore I Khartoum. Pe Wan Luo Television ania Sunday AKUMU. Sunday. Ilogang'eya mamako biachar la George pa Wan Luo Television Ismail Jacob Jones ke report ni mono bul mapol guno kony melim magubuno kono kita yub me youth livelihood program yub man kono time me borgen chilling makar million perngwen yadek pe group angwen mageti Gulu City onen kono report me biachara matute
kede petni program man nen nim dana petigi nge kono kele alaga unyo peo kele alaga ikonvulo Jankamente, maneno loko be biri padano, nyo ministry me labor, gender ki social development, dak omi 80 million pierangwen, me apora ki group mapat gerangwen, my Gulu City, magetie ite yup me youth livelihood program. Lodge me Gulu City, guyar group abero, me no kon ikom 80 makar million pierangwen, ento group adek mokene, gu por gulal wakola chen, yung yup man ugale wakom.
Ma lo ni tie bulu maromo piara bit ya bor madong guno kon te program ni kinate nini awatie ka take project mo mukene manyen papa bulu wagno guno kon kibene watimo gen ma ko luoni revalidation
kitung chel Benson Lakon One compa dul me la yibi A&B electronic dealers wajani igi yom tutwan ni gamente oluto dong be konyo game.
No ni what qualified people what one wing what electrician so we better in touch all along better the ka chiel wa ka ti wing what you la ka chiel we one better tie and any project mo choy na now be no now konyo wa ticket gan ma diet wa project any because no chiel wa yo karo ano karo dong chiu wa ticket gan ma diet
la kon wajani machalo group mokene lume magi mokene bene gu a ko wako yung ngegen gu nano ni yup man ugale
We're running workshop, we're taking electrical materials, we're providing electrical material to our clients at the moment, but we need to we're providing electrical materials, wires, cable, bulbs, maduong material in workshop at the moment. So, kachana chana pino made go workshop made at running at the moment. Things what missing mostly we're covered a lot of industrial work, and it missing. Material industrial work like contactors, timers, and I get missing. All we can get here just domestic installation, make a can get but kiki project mu be no any, what we know je maduong mau covering je maduong area maduong mau beti.
Santo Oto Anwa, Matiela Kupkin Yup me Youth Livelihood, Pegulu City, Wadane Gen Gidaka Gingi I group man kachela jen, Magien Gocho Pipenyu Con, Mechente. Man
Pabulma wucho projects project no rio ter kama wucho gwa bechen mano pia guno chene ober katimo revalidation mena na daka food groups agoni gitie kimiri projects magen gucho ni ke budget ka futie mano pore so no bero groups abera mano wachwalo se kuma bera ni no angwen food gitie magitike mire
Ota owajo ngoma botime yonge rato I group man
so watie process me ya account mamegi no wachwala account detail kampara no kubet ke kar me chwalo chene direct account mamegi project mano gen go chori watim validation for groups no groups obera adere no gi jomo kene go kar go chere gicharo so pigi magitie pigi romo wel mano mieta pe project ken at least project achiel mieta ni kadano manok bo be dana bich
ni chakke mwakali bero kapaw yangwen group ma pat gen piara bich bia boro guno kon milim ite program youth livelihood program chente million mi angwen ki piara rio ento ni chakke karamenum food kirai pachien piara dek gen Matie million mia chel ki piara ngwen wek dano yen gunong kon ite project man metene dano magiti group omiro be dano abich piloka ngemu chwin pi Wan Luo TV Igulu City and Ismail Jacob Jones
Afoy ritual nang report kibot Ismail Okeloya gikimelo kange mo chinyi kanki Wan Luo Television ania Sunday akomiromo kupeke Wan Luo metimo biachara gochim inamba chim jero abiro abich adek achela boro jero abiro abichel abiro nyotiet I office mameo mati Igulu City mani radio rupiny Ijina Road mati badege laibi division onyokati di choke Kampala binati industrial area man kama office madit padun man new vision onyo vision ruptie wekati biachara wilmo porni bopwe ngom wek biachara no yit iroma malo kono woki bodul madit me pokolo ngea man Wan Luo Television yumo kentika bino afo nenwa robamitigum